An RBI spokesman declined to comment. The government has been frustrated by the RBI's reluctance to reduce interest rates to boost economic activities, officials at the Finance Ministry said. The Finance Ministry has been sending letters to the central bank, asking it to consider easing restrictions that were imposed on lending by 11 state-run banks to help the banks recover from racking up non-performing loans. Under the central bank's code, the government can direct it to act if it believes it is in the public interest. The government issued a statement Wednesday saying that the autonomy of the central bank is essential but that the government consults with the RBI in the public interest. The government, through these consultations, places its assessment on issues and suggests possible solutions, the statement said. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley criticized the RBI on Tuesday for not doing enough to stop banks from racking up about $135 billion in bad loans. Newsletter sign-up during 2008-14. After the global economic crisis, to keep the economy artificially going, banks were told to open their doors and lend indiscriminately. The central bank looked the other way, Mr. Jaitley said in a televised interview at a meeting organized by the U.S.-India Strategic Partnership Forum. Mr. Jaitley's criticism followed a speech by the RBI's Deputy Governor, Viral Acharya, on Friday in which he underlined the importance of the RBI's independence. Governments that do not respect central bank independence will sooner or later incur the wrath of financial markets, he said. Mr. Modi's party is seeking to hold on to its majority in elections next year, and the Prime Minister is eager to keep the country on firm financial footing. Foreign investors have pulled $8.5 billion from India's debt market since the beginning of the year and $5.5 billion from stocks amid an emerging market sell-off. The rupee has fallen 16% since January on higher oil prices and an outflow of funds. Other governments have come up against their central banks recently. President Trump criticized the Federal Reserve in October after stock markets fell. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said in September that he wouldn't tolerate higher rates for long after the central bank lifted borrowing costs in an attempt to calm the country's currency crisis. The yield on India's 10-year government bond rose to 7.88% from 7.83% on Tuesday. Bond yields rise as prices fall. Soumya Vaishampayan in Hong Kong contributed to this article. Write to Corinne Abrams at corinne.abrams@wsj.com, Rajesh Roy at rajesh.roy@wsj.com and Devi Prasad Nayak at debbie.nayak@wsj.com.